Our poem was March. There's a few key themes in March, such as nature, weather, hope and time. Nature we didn't really go into as a whole on the mind map because it kind of intertwines with weather and time. So I'll give the stick to Isabel now and she can talk about her few points.
Weather is a key theme. We have a few quotes here. Of hail and wind and a tenderness almost warm. Warmth and the coldness of hail and wind are juxtaposed. This is similar in Tears from Double Shadowed Tower. The tower was used to have prisoners in, but now it's used to guard the crown jewels. This juxtaposition could relate to Thomas's trapped feelings and links to his depression. The theme is time. They had but an hour to sing. This shows that time is limited for Thomas. This could link to Old Man as he passes the time writing rather than being with his children, so he's trying to make up for lost time. 'Twas hoarse or sweet, or fierce or soft. This sibilance of the S shows that the wind is whistling, which relates to this theme of nature. It can also be seen in But These Things Also, spirits up in the mist, which represents the 4 seasons, but also the sense that the cycle is being repeated.
Then another theme that we had was hope. So a quote we had from that was the first line in the first stanza, so that's, "Now I know that spring will come again." So you can kind of relate this to like Thomas's depression, because you could imply that the spring is a metaphor for like happiness and happier times returning, because like winter comes before spring and spring's like a renewal, and then you could say that the winter is meant to be like the depression and the sadness, and then the spring is like the happier times returning. But then you could talk about the uncertainty of the hope, because then Thomas says perhaps tomorrow, so like he goes from saying now I know to perhaps, so it's like the uncertainty of spring returning, but in a metaphorical sense it's like the uncertainty of his happiness returning. And then we also related some of the like hope around March to Thomas's homeland, because the 1st of March is St. David's Day, and he's one of the he is the patron saint of Wales. And then we also said that it's basically just a renewal of hope